He died on the cross for me. I am forgiven. I'm not forsaken. I walk those hills.
Waving hi to my family and Mr. Hack. I know you're in San Antonio right now. Get some good photos of those buildings. A lot of history in that area, brother. Today I'm just kind of pondering that which thou sowest is not quickened except it die. Okay, a couple of things here. In Hebrews 9, 16, and 17, you see the disposition is stable after men are dead. Okay, that which thou sowest is not quickened except it dies. Okay, so the disposition is stable after death. Now, if we consider this, all have sinned, and the wages of sin is death. And if one has died, then we judge thus if one has died, then all are dead. Okay, that's a series from Hebrews 9, 16, 17 to all have sinned, Romans 3:23. The wages of sin is death, Romans 6:23. And we judge thus, if one died, then all are dead, 2 Corinthians 5:14. Okay, so now the disposition, we've judged, if one has died, then all are dead. If you've chosen to be reconciled with God through Jesus Christ, then you are dead with Christ. And if you're dead with Christ and chosen to be reconciled with God, then you've also risen with Christ. We've passed from death to life, as Jesus says in John. Or John writes and records that Jesus says, we have passed from death into life. Okay, praise the Lord. It's a great thing. Now, the whole thought process here goes back to Revelations 22:11, where we're just to allow, okay, you can't plow the field, scatter the seed, and then plow the field again. Okay, you cannot do that. If a husbandman plows his field, which he has done, and he scattered the seed, Jesus came and taught the word, and the seed is scattered, and now the husbandman waits for the precious fruit of the earth. He's waiting for it to grow. You can't break out the carving tools again. You can't plow the field again. The seed's already been planted. You see people with the first image still trying to plow the field. They can't get it up here that Jesus has already scattered the seed. He's covered with the fitches and all that stuff. He's been instructed on how to do that. Now the husbandman waits for the precious fruit of the earth. All have died. The seed has died. If we judge thus, if one has died, then all are dead, and the disposition is stable after death. This is why we see Revelations 22:11 says, let's jump there real quick. It says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. The disposition is stable. All have died, the seeds are planted, and now the husbandman waits for the precious fruit of the earth. The courage thought for today is, are you willing to put the carving tools up? Are you willing to put the plows away? Anyone who puts their hand to the plow, right, doesn't look back. Well, the plow has gone through the field, the seeds have been scattered, and now Jesus warns us. He says, remember Lot's wife. You don't look back. You don't go back to plowing. You trust that the seed has been planted and that now the precious fruit of the earth is going to grow. Like leaven hidden in 3 measures of meal until the whole lump is leavened. Okay, one day the precious fruit of the earth is going to start growing. And there are tares among the wheat. And all we've got to do is just trust that when Jesus comes back, he's going to send out his angels to gather the tares together and gather the wheat into his barns, or his garner, which is essentially a storage place for wheat. And that's what we hope for, is that we're going to be considered worthy to be put in that garner. The courage thought for the day is to just trust. Be that husbandman waiting for the precious fruit of the earth. Let's jump there real quick. James 5:7. Hebrews. James. Okay. Ye have condemned and killed the just. He does not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and the latter rain. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draws nigh. All right? Wait. Don't break out the plow tools. Don't break out the carving tools. Don't, put your sword back in the sheath. The seed has died. It's been planted. If we judge thus, if one has died, then all are dead. Talking about the body of Christ. Then what do you got to do? You don't have to carve me. You don't have to plow me and then plant seed. I'm dead with Christ, and now I'm risen with Him. I passed from death to life. Where is that? It's Galatians. If ye be dead with Christ, why hold yourself accountable? And that. But now you've risen with Christ. Put ye there on the new man kind of situation. Yeah. That's it. Here, see what I'm doing here. Trying to turn the pages. Oh, foolish Galatians, redeemed us from the curse of law, being made a curse for us. Remember, the curse lives in us. Death is in us. It was added because of transgression. The meal was put in because there was death in the pot. Wherefore, let's see, what the law was our schoolmaster for as many as he has been baptized. They now say as long tutors and governors. I am therefore declared the breaking in a new Bible here. Maybe it isn't Galatians. You is quickened that were dead in your trespasses. Be their followers of God. Obey your patience. God reconciled all things to Himself. He sent His the fruit of His own body into the world to atone for sin. Okay, Galatians. Here we go. This is rooted in Him. Holding the head. We want to make sure we uphold the head. Okay, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth, for ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ. In other words, you're not sprouting yet. But, nobody should be breaking out the plow and plowing up where the seed's scattered either, So, them are some thoughts today. It takes courage to stand and just live your life. If we would judge ourselves, we wouldn't be judged. Instead of looking at me and trying to figure out if I'm doing anything wrong, look at yourself. That's what I do. That's kind of how I live my life. I spend a lot of time, I want to make sure I'm walking in the ways of truth and justice. And the annoying thing is the puppets and the clowns that are sitting there. Either they're trying to get you to trip or fall, and you're sitting there going, well, I'm not going to trip or fall, this and that. Walk circumspectly, and keep your mind focused on the Lord's judging myself. How was my heart there? What could I do better for Jesus' sake? How can I uphold the head for God's salvation, and this and that? Oh, here comes another puppet or a clown. Let's see what this situation's all about. How can I walk straight through this, glorifying the Lord? Okay, it looks like one of those kind of temptations. That's not a problem. I used to work in that atmosphere, and I could care less about that. You know what I'm saying? Our life experience teaches us how to walk circumspectly and walk through these things. So, hey, have courage, have fortitude, have strength, walk circumspectly, realize that the seed has been planted. We judge thus, if one has died, then all are dead. Okay, and the disposition is stable after death. And so Now what? Revelations 22:11. Let it just play out, man. Trust in Jesus. Trust in the Lord. He is the intercessor. He's taking care of business there. I don't have to break out my sword. He's got administration of righteousness in the government, Romans 13:1-7. And they're there for the punishment of evildoers. The church teaches people the principles of God. The government takes care of the evildoers who don't pay attention to the principles of God. So that's how it works together. The church teaches and the government exacts according to the righteousness of God. The king has a copy of the letter at his right hand, and he's in heaven. All right. The guy here on earth for our country, and then there's kings and other presidents in other countries. They're the leaders in those positions for the administration from God through them to correct the evildoers. The church's responsibility is to teach people what good and evil are so that people can go out in there and survive under the leaders who God has ordained in the administration. So, God bless. Have a great day.
The blood that he spilled for me,